Hello there. Okay, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, here I am again. The albatross is truly a magnificent bird. A few years ago, my wife and I were vacationing in New Zealand, which is just off the coast of Australia. And we had the unbelievable privilege of watching the royal albatross in flight. This beautiful bird, white with gray wingtips, has a wingspan of 10 feet across, and it glides and soars over the ocean waves for thousands and thousands of miles without ever touching down, not once. It's simply a miracle of nature. Unfortunately, because of one piece of literature, the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, this beautiful bird has had the reputation of being a pariah, an omen of bad luck. Somebody who has a stone hanging around their neck, dragging them down, which is really unfortunate. A few decades ago, a young man was born with an albatross around his neck. A hybrid, born of a black father and a white mother. This young man grew up being quite confused, not being accepted in the white community nor the black community. Times feeling weak and powerless. One time almost tipping into a life of crime and drugs because, well, that was the easiest hill to climb. But this young man had fortitude. And one day, he took that albatross, he flipped it on his back, and he began to climb the highest hill that he could find. Now, it wasn't easy. There were lots and lots of obstacles on the way. But one by one, he brushed them aside. Until finally, one day, he reached the top of that hill, and like Rocky Balboa, he succeeded. On January 20th, 2009, that young man, Barack Obama, became the 44th president of the United States of America, saying, yes, you can. On May 25th, 1926, another individual was born with an albatross around the neck. This albatross was a double X chromosome. You see, this was a woman born into a man's world. A brilliant woman who realized that if she were going to get ahead in her profession, she needed communication skills. So where did she turn? Of course, Toastmasters. But there was a problem, because this was the 1970s. And there was a big sign on the Toastmaster door. Men only, no women allowed. That didn't stop this lady. This didn't stop this feisty little lady. She went to a Toastmaster meeting anyway. And to her surprise, the men at the meeting accepted her, to the point where they sent her name up to Toastmasters International to send her application with no first name. Toastmasters International sent it back. They said, we need a first name. So they got their club together. They did a table topics contest. And because her first name began with an H, and she loved poetry, and she looked somewhat Grecian, I think it was the nose. Whoops. I think it was the nose. They named her Homer after the great Greek poet, and sent her name back up to Toastmasters International. And this time, it worked. She became a full-fledged Toastmaster. Now later on, when women were accepted into Toastmasters, this lady didn't stop. She just kept going, making up her communication and leadership skills, developing. She was just like the Energizer Bunny. Finally, in September, in August 1985, Helen Homer Blanchard became the first woman Toastmaster for Toastmasters International. She had broken the curse of the albatross and had fulfilled her dreams. In the 1960s, a young gentleman by the name of Sammy Davis Jr., an entertainer, was playing at a celebrity golf tournament. He was on the first hole and he was about to tee off when an official from the clubhouse ran out and saying, Sammy, wait a minute, what's your handicap? Sammy put his club down and looked at the official and said, I'm a one-eyed black Jew. Which here's a gentleman who overcame a lot of handicaps to get to become one of the greatest entertainers the world has ever known. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be handicapped in order to succeed in life. You don't. But what I am saying is that you need a challenge. A challenge that will make you better than you have ever been before. That you will fly out and do your best. A challenge that will make you do the best that you can at every single meeting here and in life in general. A challenge that will make you explode and be the best that you can be wherever you are. Ask any athlete and they'll tell you, you want to be the best? You have to play the best. A famous philosopher once said, if you want the rainbow, you've got to go through the rain. Who said that? Yeah, Dolly Parton. Now this is a lady who grew up in poverty, but became a famous country singer, an author, an entrepreneur, and yes, philosopher. You want to be the best that you can be? You want to succeed where others have failed? You want to raise the bar of excellence in your life higher? Then go out and find yourself an albatross. Tie it around your neck. Then flip it on your back and soar and glide until you become the person as you always dreamed you could be. You can do it. The albatross. Truly magnificent bird. Mr. Toastmaster.